Hello everyone. Me and William's come together because right before Thanksgiving I received an Ancestry.com kit, and I turned it in and mailed it, and I got my results in today. And William's got it ready to show me.
Got my computer set up right there with the results, and I got a blank page blocking the results, so she can't see it right now.
And I told my daughter Katie that I was doing Ancestry.com, and she, without telling me, got a kit also. So she's got her results ready to go over. But we're just doing mine today. And then for some reason they sent her an extra kit. So William has turned in his, and he's still waiting for his results. It'll be 2-3 more weeks. So we're going to go over my results today. What do I think I am? Well, my mother had me being a single mom in 1960. I was born in 1961. She was pregnant at the end of 1960. So she never knew my dad. She always gave me a name, told me a few of the little facts about him. When I was older, I asked her, are you sure that's the man? And she gave me another name, but she said, no, it's probably not him. It's the first one. We're not going to say names in the video because I don't want to, offend anybody or make anybody feel bad. This is just, I would just want to find out my heritage. I would like to know who I looked like and all that stuff, but I don't know what I'm going to be getting here. So I'm a little nervous about it. My mother always said that we had Choctaw Indian, but I've looked at YouTube videos on Ancestry DNA, and everybody in America thinks they got part Indian in them. And they end up not having any, or a very tiny little bit, So I did see my cousin showed me a picture of an aunt she looks like she's Cherokee Indian, or Choctaw Indian, I may not get those DNA, because you get part from your mom, part from your dad, and just because you have Indian ancestors doesn't mean that you'll get that Indian in you. And yes, we have dogs, we have pets, so sorry for the noise. So my real dad's last name is it sounds French. So that may be a little hint. I don't know. Mama never could tell me what I was. So that's why I've done this, because I'd like to know. And I've looked at a lot of results that people have done. So it's been very interesting to see. Some people are shocked. Some people know, like, oh yeah, I knew that. So this ought to be interesting. I've seen people that have been adopted that try to find their biological family. But with me, I don't know. I've always had that hole that I don't know what I am. I don't know my real dad. Me and my sister did contact him at one point. He denied me, but you just don't know what could happen. I'm not going to try to disrupt anybody's lives if anything comes up. And if it doesn't come up that I'm connected with anybody, I'm in the bank here to where if somebody did, they would find me. So what I'm trying to say is they give you DNA, who's closest DNA results to you. So, okay, that's what I think I am, is maybe French because of the hint of my possible father. Other than that, my mother's biological last name. I kind of looked on Ancestry.com, and it is of German descent, so I don't know if that is any hint. But that's the only thing I've ever, and Mama saying maybe Indian. That's the only thing that I possibly, you know, which doesn't tell your story, because you don't know if you got all that. So, with all that being said, William's got it all hidden, and we're going to show one. He's going to show
line by line.
Line by line, one thing at a time, if I can see it.
You ready?
Yep. I can't see.
83% England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe. 83%.
83%.
83% England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe.
And each one of these will break down and tell you what, you know.
These are just the initial percentages.
Don't break it down to the until we see all the percentages.
Yeah. Next one, Germanic Europe, 9%.
See, that's the amber.
Ireland and Scotland, 8%.
8%.
And
then it starts saying migrations. Is that the... Wait, do the math.
Let me see what the 83... The breakdowns on the 83%. Okay. Looks like mostly England.
Really?
Primarily located in England, Scotland, and Wales.
What's all this over here? The migrations?
Probably so, yeah.
What did they do? What they do is they...
Let me see the Germanic. It's just a Germany.
Germany? Wait till I tell a friend of mine.
And Ireland and Scotland. Ireland, Wales, and Scotland.
That is simple. Mine is straightforward and simple. I like that.
The migrations. West Tennessee, Arkansas, and Northeast Texas settlers. Connection to this region is likely through ancestry from England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe, and Ireland and Scotland. Meaning ancestors, when they come over, they landed in this region between Texas and Tennessee.
I will say that I've done a lot of research on Ancestry and filled up my tree with some facts that I knew, and I'm wondering if they pulled that from that.
This is from your DNA.
Oh, that's from the DNA. But that's where my mother's mother is from, is Tennessee, and they migrated down to Texas. So that proves that. What's that from over there close to the Virginias right there? Go over that one right there. Yeah, what's that?
That's just that.
Okay.
That's that migration.
And no Indian.
No Indian whatsoever.
No Indian whatsoever. And it goes back to 1700.
1700s.
From Germany.
1700s is going into Germany and England.
View your DNA. And so they have ethnicity, and then they show the migrations. So it's got it from all the way from 17 all the way to 19.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of information in here. We're not going to go through every bit.
I did get the traits too. I spent $10 extra and got the traits. I would like for you to go and see if you can see the I want to see if there's any. I
don't know where the traits are.
Okay, sorry about that. It kind of cut off, and I'm starting this back. We were looking at where the migrations were happening from England and Germany over to the areas that my family is.
So our your ancestors going back many, many years is England and England, Germany, and England, Wales, and Germany and Ireland.
Yep. So, then it cut off. We did go to the DNA matches. I said, I want to go to the DNA matches. We went to the DNA matches. These are things, they will match you up according to your DNA with other people that have done Ancestry.com so that you can see if you have any matches. Now, my daughter Katie did it. So she's in there as a possible range, parent, child, immediate family member, confidence extremely high, shared DNA, and it tells you how many segments and everything. So this is, her segments is 69 segments, whatever all that means. But, so she is a match. She hasn't looked at her results yet. The
point is, it's extremely high confidence that obviously my sister is related to her as a parent-child. The relationship is parent-child relationship. And
so that tells that. Then it starts going into cousins, but there's, there's a name here, another name underneath hers.
She never knew her father.
I don't know my father.
100% for a fact, she never knew her father.
And I told you earlier that it's either him or another name. I put on the family tree his name, but in here it says Ancestry DNA results for Elizabeth Willoughby.
It has this person's name is your father. Extremely high confidence with similar numbers as matches from my sister to her.
It says here relationship.
This person
is your father. And
it's got the name here, but we're not going to say names.
I'm not going to say names because I'm going to be posting this. This man that my mother told me is definitely my father, and he has done Ancestry.com. He is here on this.
Or he might not have done Ancestry.com, but his DNA is in here.
He did Ancestry.com. It would have put him there and say that if he did not do it.
Okay.
He's already done it.
And
so that actually means that I can contact him in here more than likely and see if he will respond.
He's already seen it. He's probably already gotten a notification of
what they
DNA
do
matches.
when we try to contact him, I've seen other people do it, and it tells you when the last time they signed in.
Oh, okay.
So now,
let's go down to cousins.
I'm excited. I know he's for sure my father, and that he's done it, and I'm very emotional about it. But I'm going to the next thing. It says first cousins, and there's a name there.
Did you know that one?
There's a name there. I don't know. I don't know this. It's a woman, and I don't know her name. I don't know that name. Now the second person there is my cousin from my aunt, my mother's sister. So he's the one I've been talking to. He's done Ancestry.com, and so I have him. So I'm excited. Sometimes I've seen in some people's DNA thing, and I'm excited. First cousins will be there, and they end up being a half sibling. That sometimes
that could be
possible that this person there could be a half sister. I don't know this. It does not say this, but this person could be my half sister. So and I've said that more than once.
That's on first cousins. Let's go to second cousins. This has several second cousins.
Well, that one is a man's name that is one of my mother's side. I actually connected with him. He instantly sent me a message, so I know that that person is a cousin. So that I knew about.
Yeah.
And that's and then the next person down, extremely high for a second cousin.
All of these are listed here are extremely high.
There's one, two. Wait, I know him. He's the one that contacted me, so I knew him. I knew that's the same person that looks like managed by. Well, See how there's got the same name? Managed by?
I don't know.
And then there's another one that I haven't seen that one, and I haven't seen that one. And then
third cousins. Again, all of them are extremely high possibility.
I'll move that back up to my father. How's the last name spelled? I see. Okay, put it back up. And I have to close one of my eyes to see good, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm looking at names. This is
a bunch of third cousins. A bunch of them. A lot of third cousins.
That's the last name I know from my mama's side. Look at that picture there. There's a picture. I like looking at them to see if I look similar.
Well, we can go into detail.
We're going to look into this deeper, but that's the end of the page, and there's another page.
Yeah, that's another page.
How many pages?
I think there's just 2 pages. There it is. There's the end of the third cousin going into the fourth, and all these are still extremely high.
Fourth cousins?
4th through 6th cousins, I guess.
Could you imagine connecting with people you know are your cousin? That you didn't even know about? That's my mama's last name. I mean, her mother's, my mother was adopted. So there's an adopted name, and then there's a biological name. That name right there is my mother's biological last name.
Hmm.
Wow.
There's another page. All these are still, these are going to very high. 4th through 6th
cousins.
It's loading.
There's another last name, my uncle's last name, actually. My grandmother's brother. What's that W name? Okay. Wow.
Still in the very high confidence range of the 4th through 6th cousins.
Look at these different last names because they're cut. I've never seen that last name before. Okay. But not in the family. A lot of people.
A lot of names. We're in the high confidence now.
Okay.
4th through 6th cousins.
All right, we can go on to.
Yeah, we can. I think that's a good place to stop. Yeah, there's just a lot of information, but the kicker was finding out the definitive news of who your father was.
That's what I wanted to do, and I honestly did not think. I asked him, when I had him on the phone, I told him, I said, and we asked him some of the little things that Mama said that about him. And he said, yeah, and he was saying, yeah. And I said, all I've ever wanted is a picture. And he goes, girl, yeah, I'll give you a picture. But it didn't happen that we connected anymore. We didn't talk anymore after that. So, and he's in here. Now I'm wondering if he's still alive.
But 83%.
83%.
England, Wales, and Northwestern Europe.
And then 9% German.
9% Germanic Europe, which is Germany. And Ireland and Scotland.
Ireland and Scotland, 8%. Wow. I'm Irish. Irish and Scotland. I'm wondering in that area, and you know, when they put that there, we're going to study through it. I'm wondering if they mean that somebody that's in my past, in my family, came from either Ireland or Scotland. You know what I'm saying?
It's that region.
Ireland
and Scotland are so close that they just said that.
So
region.
I could be possibly just Irish, or I could be possibly just
because they said
Scottish.
Ireland and Scotland and not Wales. So 9% Ireland or Scotland.
So you know, I'm going to go into this and study. I kept hearing people say, "Oh, look, I'm part of all this." Well, no, my ancestors may have come from one of those two areas. You know, but the Germanic Europe, that means Germany.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to stop the video.
Next.
It's a long one, but it's all good.
It's all good. I know the name. He's there. Now, when I get off, I'm going to be looking to see if I'm going to be able to contact him, to see if he's still alive, to see when the last time he signed in, to see if, you know, there's going to be a connection there. Because my mother's not alive anymore. And when I would ask her, I really want to know, and I asked her more than once, and I said, "Mama, please tell me, what was my daddy like?" And she would get a little frustrated, because here I was, a little girl, wanting to know what my real father was like. And she just was, you know, she was a single mom in the 60s. It was hard for her. She almost gave me up for adoption. She almost gave me 2 family members. And there's stories there that, you know, that I could have almost not been with my mom. I'm glad I was with my mom. I'm glad she's kept me. I mean, my life wouldn't be what it is today if she didn't keep me. So she was a mom in the early 60s, and it was real hard for her. And so I am really happy to know my heritage. I am real happy that his name is here. I was ready to be just in the bank here, of waiting for somebody to be on there.
And just to find out what region your ancestors were from, not even expecting to see
I had set myself that it wasn't going to happen. And his name would not be here if he didn't do the test. That makes me wonder. It does make me wonder, did he think about me after I hung up that phone? What happened after I hung up that phone? I've heard his voice one time. What happened when he hung up that phone? When he called me girl. Yeah, girl, I'll give you a picture. If I stopped it right now, I got his name. And I know he is. It says,
extremely high confidence.
Blank, blank. Mr. So-and-so. First name, last name. Is your father. And a name here in the first cousins.
Somebody you didn't know about.
Somebody I didn't know about. So that's 2 things. There's second cousins, and I don't know how that fits in.
Second, third, and numerous fourth cousins. Numerous.
I have had so many years of my Debbie and Vivian knowing, my 2 half-sisters, knowing their dad. Paul, my brother, knowing his dad. I never knew for sure that the name my mother gave me was my dad. And I know, this is going long, I know that life happens. People have their little get-together and a child happens, and I know life just happens. So I'm not having any anger in my heart for my mother or for my father. I don't have any anger. I totally respect Stan for adopting me and me, Debbie, and Vivian and taking care of us. I totally respect all the way everything's happened. So, thank you for helping me, walking me through this, William. Now, next we'll find out what and what's fascinating. Oh, I don't need to. I'm starting to thinking about going into yours and going into
that. On my sister's match, there is showing 30 people on a tree. I don't know if that's her tree or other matches.
Well, it might be the tree I already put together.
Oh, okay.
You know, it might be the tree that I already put together because I was put together for y'all too, remember?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know a lot about what some of this stuff is, but it says here, parent, child, immediate family member, my daughter I know about, and the father. This is fantastic. Okay, so it's gone long. I do apologize, but I don't apologize because this is about my ancestry and about finding out my father.
Last logged in on June
he logged
this year.
in?
Last logged in June 13th of this year.
Yeah, but that's been months.
Still June of this year.
Okay. That means he was alive in June.
Sorry, TV got loud.
I'll get it off.
Okay. Look at me.
Sorry about that.
It means he last logged in was in June.
June of this year.
That means he was alive then. Invite him to add a family tree. Oh no, pedigree search.
But we're gonna.
Yeah,
we're gonna leave it.
We got to get off so we can actually.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it right here. She's got a lot of information to go through, to look at, and I imagine the first thing she's gonna do is send her father a message.
I never thought I could do that.
And once I get mine back, we're gonna do mine too.
What's fascinating is what my percentages are, and tell me one thing that your daddy said that your side of the family
My granddad always told us that our last name, our lineage traced back to English and Welsh, and that's what we're seeing on here from my mom, and not on me, is English and Welsh, English, Ireland, Scotland, all that. So I'm honestly expecting to see my percentages in
be a little higher,
in the high 80s to 90s, honestly. But it's still, especially
after seeing mine.
Yeah, especially after seeing my mom's on here.
So as a punchline, I highly suggest, and everybody, you'll see this in other results, but of other people's results, I highly suggest that you do this, because all the things your family says doesn't mean you get that DNA. There is zero Indian in me. Zero.
It says nothing about Native American or Indian.
What if his comes out that he has some? It doesn't mean that I didn't have Indian ancestors. I just didn't get the DNA. He or Katie or Nikki would get the DNA. So you just don't know what you get. Doesn't mean that you didn't have Indian ancestors. It just means you didn't get the DNA. And the lower the percent for Indian, I noticed it's the further back in history.
Yeah.
If it's closer in history to you, the percentages were higher in some of these people. So, I mean, it's a science, and people say things on here that may not be true, but redo your research, turn in your DNA, and if family turned in their DNA to other DNA places, it won't show up. So if his name didn't show up here, I was going to go to another one to see if they did that one. But it showed up in this one. So I'm going to message him and see what happens. I just had that strong feeling. I've got to do this year. And before the end of the year, I got the result. Thank you for your for watching and seeing my response on what I found. It's very exciting, and I get to kind of soak this in. And I will do an update video. Update videos on these ancestries are really interesting and fun to find out. And I will let everybody know. And
we'll do a video for my ancestry whenever we get mine back.
And once I see how Katie wants to do hers, we'll see how we're going to do hers too. So so thank you for watching, and stay tuned.
Thank you for watching.